Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's product launch webinar with Technical Toolboxes. We are here to present the API Collector app today. So my name is Kesley Price, and I am the Product Marketing Manager here at Technical Toolboxes, and I will be facilitating the webinar today. We will get started shortly, but just a few logistical comments here. If you have questions on what we're covering, there is a chat box on the right-hand side of your webinar interface. Please send us any questions or comments about what we are showing, and we will do our best to cover those questions and get you the answers at the end of the webinar. So you see some friendly faces here today that I'd love to introduce. I'll start with Henry Romero. He is our product analyst here at Technical Toolboxes. Many of you may recognize his name or his voice from his outreach. He's been talking to a lot of our current customers during the development of this API Collector app. We also have PK Dumont. He is our basically our in-house API expert here at Technical Toolboxes. He's here to help answer any technical questions you may have about the app or the API toolbox within our pipeline hub today. And he, like I said, is our SME in-house API expert. We love him here at Technical Toolboxes. And last but not least, we have Corey Lanphier. Corey has been working with API inspections basically since he could walk. It's in his blood. There's family history there, and he is one of our trusted external SMEs. So he owns and runs Lanphier Solutions, and I'll let him give you a little more background and get us started here. Corey?
Thank you, Kesley. Hi, everyone. It is a pleasure to join you today to discuss the latest and greatest new product that the brilliant minds here at Technical Toolbox have to offer. These guys are awesome, and I have been working with them for a long time and on this product for the last year. So it's been a big pleasure to be here today to talk about it with you and to officially launch the product. For those of you who don't know me again, my name is Corey Lanphier. I am an API specialist, as Kesley kind of alluded to. I've been working in the industry for the better part of 20 plus years. So after about 10, you start to lose track of everything that you're doing. In the last year, I have experienced the challenge of recently starting my own business, but it's been a good challenge, as well as being an inspector and then a teacher for hire. I go on a lot of jobs. I'm often hired to go on a lot of projects to help tutor and mentor other inspectors, technicians, API, and also NDE and technicians. So that's been kind of fun, and I enjoy it. And I've been doing that for a long time. So for anyone looking for any in-field tutoring, I'm easy to reach, and Kesley will give you all my information at the end of the seminar here. So yeah, this has been an interesting product. We've worked really hard. I know that the people here at Technical Toolbox have worked really hard at creating something that's really special and unique, and it's something that honestly I've been thinking about for years. And so I'm really excited about this and really excited to see how this will evolve over time, because the great thing about this product is that it is an evolution. It's completely changing every time I get on the phone with Henry. He's got a new update for me, and there's something new to the product. So this is really great. A little bit more about myself too. Like I said, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I started at a really young age, when I was probably about 13 years old, as a helper, and then I moved into being an NDT technician, and then into the API inspection line, and then project management, and now here I am as an owner of a company. So it's been quite a journey, and I love every minute of it. One of my favorite things that my grandfather, who is the one who got me into this industry, would tell me, because as a small child or as a teenager, you sit there and say, well, what makes someone want to do this job? Well, the thing that he always used to tell me was that it was like he got to play a detective every day, like a Sherlock Holmes for tanks and vessels and piping. And I always thought that was so cool and inspiring. And at 15, 16, 17 years old, when you hear someone tell you that, you're just your imagination opens, and it has been a very cool thing to witness and to be a part of, and then for myself to eventually grow into. And it's a great way to get young people involved as well, because that is definitely one of the issues that we probably have in this industry is getting young people involved. And which is crazy because it's a very open-minded job. It allows you to be not only in a field doing physical labor, but also in an office. So you get a really good 50-50. You get to travel, you get to see things. These days, I mostly stay in the New England area, but I do here and there travel outside of New England, and I love doing it. I love traveling. I love being a part of that. It's tough when you get older. When you have children, you want to be home. Um, so the great thing about this job, again, is that it allows you to go on projects that aren't necessarily really long. I'm not going on these big shutdowns like I used to when I was in my 20s, when I was just an NDT inspector. Now I'm able to pick and choose. I'm able to be there for 2 to 3 days. It's never these big long projects, and there's a real pleasure to that because you do get to see a lot, and you get to come home and be with your family. So that's a big part of this job that I enjoy. Um, yeah, and so over the past several months, I've had the pleasure to play a very small role, and I say very small because these guys have been working like dogs to develop this new API that we are discussing today, and it is a really great tool for the field. Now, before I get into the things that I really like about it and the things that I'm excited to share with you about it, and obviously Henry after me will discuss more about the specifics of the product. Um, some of my grievances about the industry have been what brought this product on, which is huge for us as API inspectors. And one of the things that I often will see is inexperience in the field, and that is often a big issue with time management that you run into, quality control, quality assurance, making sure that your job is done correctly. So that becomes a big problem that I've often seen, and I feel like that it's a universal feeling among API inspectors. Um, it's really important that you're surrounding yourself with a good team of people, a good team of technicians, and making sure that you have the proper training as well. One of the greatest things that I've been able to experience, and one of my greatest attributes that I've been able to have, is my background in NDT and in welding. So being able to know how to do the proper NDT during these projects is huge. Um, it will benefit you not only in while you're in the field, but also when you go back home and or in the office and finish your reports. So that's leading into basically what's so great about this tool is that it's going to allow you to eliminate having to keep a bunch of paper to focus on what's really important on these jobs, which is the quality of the inspection. And that's what I'm really excited about with the product is that it's going to give us an opportunity as inspectors to really do our job the way it should be done. Now, again, with that all being said, it does eliminate having when you have a tablet in the field or an app in the field, you are going to run into the obstacle of um, having to focus on that and making sure that your checklists are done and making sure all your information is collected, which is really important. And it's really important when you get into the office and you're writing your report because you don't want to get back to the office and start writing your report and realize that you're missing information. This will really help you prevent that, hopefully. That's the idea. I know that for myself, I've many times had even on my case had instances where I get back to my computer and suddenly I realize, oh crap, I forgot to write this information down, or I forgot to, measure the diameter of the tank and pull myself and call someone and say, hey, do you mind double checking this for me? And you hate doing that. Nobody likes to make themselves uh, uh, look inept during a project like this. You want to be the person that these people can trust, and that's really important. And I know it's important to me, and I'm sure it's important to most inspectors out there, is that you don't want people to think that you are not doing your job properly. So while, like I said, the great part about this is that it's all right in one place. It's almost impossible to miss things at this point when you have this tool. So and again, it is important that the technicians, and I'm gonna stress this over and over again, that the technicians that you are using are well trained and they know what they're doing. I have in my past, even recent past, have run into circumstances where my technicians weren't as experienced in doing what they should, in experienced in this as they should be, and or really just don't have uh, the mindset for doing inspections. And this is basic NDT. And I mean, I had a person who had 6 years of experience in NDT come on a project with me recently, and they were um, green to say the least in doing the most basic stuff. So it is important that you are surrounding yourself with a good team. I've often promoted picking your own people, making sure that you have the same individuals on every job if you can. Get yourself a good helper, a good assistant that's going to be someone that you can rely on. That's a big part of this. And that way, this will allow you to do your job properly. It will allow you to hold that tablet in your hand, go through your checklist, make sure that everything is covered, make sure that the inspection is done right, um, and make sure that you're doing everything with high quality. Uh, and often you will have to go back and go through the inspection and go through the checklist and make sure that you've done everything that that's required of you. And sometimes you have to double check your technicians as well, which is comes with the territory. If they were API inspectors, they'd be, if they were at the quality of an API inspector, they'd be an API inspector. So it is important to remember that often the technicians that you have on these jobs are still learning, and it is a process. It's a long process. I mean, it took me years to learn to be an API inspector, and even when I thought I was ready, my grandfather, who was my mentor, told me I wasn't. And although it might have been insulting at the time, and I felt like he was slighting me, it was the smartest thing he could have done. I had almost 10 years of experience until he allowed me to go get my API inspector certification. That was extremely humbling, but I'll tell you what, when I took that test, I was ready. So again, really important to make sure that your people are well trained, that you trust them blindly, that you know what they're doing, and even if you do trust them blindly, making sure that you're following up on everything that they're doing. So that's just my grievance of the industry in general, and so I want to make sure that people always put that into play. And like I said, if any of you are in a situation where you are don't have the NDT experience or whatever, and there it is important to note that NDT in tanks, piping, and vessels is different than NDT elsewhere. It really is. It's a different ball game. It's a different uh, technique. A lot of people don't know how to use the proper techniques, and that's fine, and it's easy to learn. But it is important to note that they are different. And so when you do have a new technician come into your camp who you say, okay, I want you to go take UT readings on the shell. Well, they may not know what that means, and they often will not know what to look for. Echo to echo is a big thing that even the most experienced technicians still don't know. So, like I said, I'm happy as a in my position to help you guys in any way I can. If you need someone to fly out to wherever you are, I'm happy to do it. I'm a hitman for hire. I enjoy teaching classes. I enjoy teaching technicians. I have a lot of tricks of the trade that some of you may or may not know, and I love sharing it with people. And that's essentially what has brought me to this situation with technical toolboxes, is that I often overshare my brain thoughts and my ideas with the great development team here, and fortunately they've made it all come to life, and it's been awesome. So and it's continued to come to life. Every time I talk to them, something changes, and another idea I had shows up in the product. So this has been great. Um, it is again important to remember that this is the early stage of the product. So your influence is going to be highly noted and highly influential during the development of this product. And again, I'm so excited for you guys to use it. So I'll turn it back over to you guys. And yeah, so it was great talking to you. And like I said, if anyone has any need for a good teacher, or just a helper in the field, if you guys just need any mentorship, I'm always here. So please reach out. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Corey. We love to hear all that. And again, Corey has been essential to helping develop this app, and his expertise in API inspection is crucial for us. He also does some of our training in our training hub for API related courses. So check that out if that's of interest to you. But next, I know this is the much anticipated moment. Henry is going to show you the API Collector app. So Henry, I will turn it over to you to demo the app and show how it connects to our pipeline hub within the API toolbox. Take it away, Henry.
Yeah. Thanks, Kesley. Thank you, Corey. Let me just show you this quick demo, and we'll go overview about how this inspection was able to go through from our tablet into the hub.
Hello and welcome to Technical Toolboxes API Collector. Today we will demo for you how to start using our application and provide an example of how it functions both off and online. Starting off, log in with your current hub credentials. This will link your account and allow you to upload them to the cloud. You will then be given an overview of all your reports and their current status. The report list can be filtered by API module in the upper left-hand corner for efficient. You can easily start a report by selecting API 653, 510, or 570. You can quickly switch between any report and continue saving your progress. Each section has been meticulously updated to meet the specific needs of inspectors. So rest assured, this app is designed to make your work smoother, faster, and more efficient. Speaking of efficiency, efficiently switch between any section with ease. Users will be able to utilize the tabs in each module to switch between the base page, write-ups, its unlimited number of row records, and a comprehensive checklist ready to be uploaded. Let's start with the demo. I have selected working on API 510 and will be inspecting on pressure vessel number 4. Here I will select the date of when the inspection was managed that will then update the report. Next, I will remove my cover image with a fresh new one by selecting the Take a Photo icon. This can also be fixed with uploading from my device's local images with the Upload icon. Next, I will make some small changes with my report and inspection type, then scroll down to see if I need to make other changes. I will switch over to the write-up section where my observations and recommendations can be input. I will use the voice-to-text feature to transcribe whatever I need to say. This observation is complete. Now that that's done, it will appear in my observation field. I'll clear away my text for now and continue to scroll down. Here I'll be able to add text, photos, or take notes in any section, whether that be the foundation, shell, head, additional notes, or executive summary. Afterwards, I can easily record my PV component, CML, to create as many rows as I need for this inspection, giving me a more customizable section for data collection. I can even edit this by selecting them on the left-hand side and clicking on the Remove Rows icon. Lastly, in the checklist side, I will select everything that I've looked over and record what else must be checked. This comprehensive checklist will help users to stay on track, take any notes, and finalize their report seamlessly. I'll then go over everything once more to verify that I want to send this to the cloud. I will first save it locally to my device and proceed to upload it to be sent into the hub. This is verified with the pop-up successfully uploaded, followed by an ID number. I will switch back to the report list to verify that my report status has been updated. Now that that's complete, time to start on another report. We look forward to helping you make your inspection process more efficient and effective than ever before.
All right. And that shows the rest of that side. And I can pull up the next thing. Pause real quick. Okay. And right here, we actually have the same inspection that we worked on with pressure vessel number 4. I can make some more changes over here on the side. Right now, I'm just putting whatever numbers I can add, including the clients, city location, and everything else. Whenever I'm done, all I really have to do is just click on the PDF file, and it will just generate me a new report with the same information. I even have the same cover image that was there during the inspection, which is just a blank wall. Over here, we can just go over all the different documentations, the inspection, the numbers, and anything else really that we need to go over. Other than that, it looks like our inspection is complete. We have a final report, and we can always just hand this off to someone else later down the line. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Henry. So good news. You can download this awesome app today. I will send the link now in the chat. We will then send you instructions and access to the API Collector app via email. For those of you who do not already use our API toolbox that Henry is showing here in the Pipeline Hub, we are offering a 1-month free trial of the API toolbox so that you can try it side by side with the API Collector app in unison. So the point of this exclusive app access for free, if I didn't mention that before, is that we want to gain your feedback on the app, right? We want to make this app perfect for your in-field applications, for your in-field data collection. So as you click on the link to gain access to the app, you'll also see a feedback form below that on that website page. You'll use this to stay in touch with us. You can also reach out to us via email, chat, text, call, whatever's easiest for you. We would love your feedback. We want to continue to improve this app as we take it to the market in Q4. So right now, again, this app is free to you. Using that link in the chat, you will be able to register to download the app. We will follow up with an email that gives you the instructions on how to download that in the access to the app. Eventually, we will be charging our customers to use the app, so enjoy this free access to the API Toolbox, enjoy the free access to play around in the API Collector app, and let us hear what you do and don't like. We want to make it the perfect app for you and your use. So we have one poll question coming up, and I bet you can guess what that is. So we will display that here for 1 minute. This will also help if we can capture your information here. We can send you the link directly as well. So like I said, would you like free exclusive access to the API Collector app? We will get you the hookup there and get this started for you so you can use it starting today. As this is going, we will move on to the Q&A here in just a second. We did receive some great questions, and we want to cover as many of those as possible. If we do not have time to answer your question live today, we will follow up with you via email following the webinar in the next 24 hours. So don't worry if we don't get to your question. We promise we will follow up. Let's just give this another second so we can collect all of your poll answers. And then let's dig into the Q&A here. As we get to some of the technical questions, PK may share his screen or Henry, but I will help facilitate these questions as they're coming in. So while the poll finishes here quickly, let's go to the first question. How does this app manage readings in the field, UT scans, etc.? So I'll let PK, do you want to take that one first?
Yeah, so this is all the manual entries that are getting captured while we are recording that, and maybe if Corey wants to add something here. But all those data points that we are capturing, it will be just added into all the CML and TML records that will be pushed into the hub application to take into further calculations based on those.
Perfect. Thank you, PK. Here we have another good question. Does the app cover any calculations? If not, then are there plans to perform those in the app later on?
So for the time being, because the product is in evolving stage, so this is the first phase of it where we try to capture the data. As such, the calculations are not part of it that you can run through the calculations while in the field. So for the calculations, for the time being, hub application has to be used. But definitely, as we receive the feedback, we would be able to incorporate those in the coming future versions of it. So for now, yes, the calculations will not be performed, but your data is captured. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Does the app provide stress values for materials? Sorry, PK, I think these are all towards you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So again, because for the stress, we are referring to the material library, which is available in the hub application. So once we push the data into the hub application, there the material automatically picks the stress value from the material library. But that material library is not built into the app yet. But in future, definitely it would be as we evolve the product further. Again, the main target here is to just capture the data for the time being. So yes, for the stress value has to be picked from the hub application once the data is pushed there.
Okay, very nice. Here is another good one. And I think any of y'all could probably answer this one. Am I able to stop and pause on one job in the app and come back to it later?
Yeah, that's right. So it's not like time-bound activity. Once you start creating the report, you will capture that data and then you can move on to something else or to switch to a different module because the data is getting saved in the app. So once you want to go back to that specific report that you were working earlier, you would be able to do that and start again capturing the data, and you would be able to upload it many times even if you have uploaded it previously. Once it is modified again, you would be able to upload it again.
Great. And I think this is kind of a tag onto the end of that question. When you update in the app, is it real time to the API toolbox? Like, is that getting updated in real time?
Yes, it is in real time because it is getting pushed to the server. So once you hit the upload button, as long as there is a connectivity, so it will be pushed directly into the hub. And if you want to access that in the hub, you would be just able to log in and receive your data right there. You don't have to rework or re-enter anything that is already pushed into there. However, if you want to overwrite that data or change some or modify anything in the hub application, you would be able to do that.
Great. Awesome. We have a couple more questions, but we will have to follow up with you via email after. So expect to hear from us there. Let's see if we can get to one more. Let's see. Do you need an internet connection to create a report? That's a good one.
No, it is not required as long as you just logged in one time. Basically, you are authenticated to use that application. So you can take that app in the field where there is no data, and that's the whole sole purpose of it, that you would be able to capture that data. But the connectivity would be only needed if you want to push that data into the hub application. But to capture that data, you don't need any kind of connection. It's just right there, and it will work smoothly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, PK. Thank you all for submitting questions. Again, I think there's a couple that we didn't get to, and we will follow up via email after the webinar. If you said yes to the poll question or decide to visit that link that I shared in the chat, we will follow up with you to get you access to the app right away. Thank you to Corey and Henry and PK for the presentation, and to everyone in attendance. If you have additional questions or interests, you see our contact information on the screen. Please reach out to us here at Technical Toolboxes. And we hope to hear back from you how you're using the app on your tablets in the field. We want to hear all the good, the bad, and the ugly. So please keep us in the loop as you use the app and have this limited free access. And thank you all again for attending, and we hope y'all have a great day.